Hi, good day everyone. I'm Alex. I'm here to introduce to all of you a new monofocal lens that is easily available in Malaysia recently. This lens is Eyhance Eyhance, which is a monofocal with enhanced intermediate visions. I will talk to you about the pros and cons comparing to a normal monofocal Technics Zexibu and also a Technics Symphony EDOF based on the evidence base. I would like to share with you about the visual range. So normally for a distant visions is needed, for example, for driving or looking for scenery, whereas for intermediate vision it is for using computer or cooking. Near vision is needed such as for reading or texting message. So we all know monofocal is only good for distant vision only without providing any intermediate or near vision. Hence, Technics Eyhance is a new available lens which is a monofocal with enhanced intermediate vision. It is a single piece 6 mm biconvex hydrophobic acrylic monofocal, a spheric lens with a property of negative spherical aberration of minus 0.27 micrometer, and it does not have diffractive rings and there's no zones, which is very similar with a normal Technics Zexibu monofocal lens. Until now, it does not have any toric yet. Whereas for Technics Symphony is one of the EDOF lens. It is a single piece hydrophobic acrylic lens with an aspheric lens with a negative spherical aberration of minus 0.27 micrometer, and the optical zone diameter is also about 6 mm. So from this slide, it's a very busy slide, but from here I just want to conclude that in terms of the distant visions, the comparison between a normal monofocal lens versus a monofocal with enhanced intermediate Technics Eyhance Eyhance versus the EDOF Technics Symphony, there's no difference in terms of the different distant visions. All of them achieve very good binocular distant vision, and all of the patient does not need any spectacles. In terms of the intermediate visions, the Technics Eyhance groups is better as compared to monofocal Technics Zexibu lens when tested at 66 cm. In terms of the spectacles, 90% of the patient for Technics Zexibu monofocal lens need spectacles, whereas for Technics Eyhance, this new lens, only about 20% of the patient need spectacles. But for Technics Symphony is the best, where less than 4% of the patient need spectacles in terms of the intermediate vision, and even when it is tested at 60 cm, most of the patients can achieve 0.05 logMAR. Whereas for near vision, both normal monofocal Technics Zexibu and Technics Eyhance is about the same in terms of the near visions, and also about the same 95 to 100% of the patient need spectacles. Whereas for Technics Symphony, it is the best in terms of the near vision as well, where most of the patient achieve 0.18 logMAR when tested at 40 cm, and only about 16% of the patient need spectacles for near vision. So, however, as we know that EDOF lens is very expensive, is much more expensive than normal monofocal lens and also the Eyhance lens. Hence, monovision techniques is introduced. It actually was introduced in 1984, where people create the artificial anisometropia to correct the presbyopia. To achieve a wider range of functional vision, it further classified into full monovision, modest monovision, and mini monovision, where mini monovision is where when the anisometropia between two eyes is minus 0.5 until minus 0.75 diopter. So in this slide, I would like to share with you all, many studies and journals has concluded that when the anisotropia between both eyes is more than 1 diopter, the distant and the intermediate vision will be affected, and the stereosis and contrast sensitivity will reduce. So, study also show that mini monovision is very safe, where it is aimed between between 0.5 to 0.75 diopter between both eyes. So, from the result by previous studies by Hayashi and also Jet et al. In 2015 and 2016, after they applied the mini monovision technique, which is 0.5 to 0.75 diopter between both eyes, it clearly showed that the distant, intermediate, and the near visions for the monofocal lens technique Zexibu is improved after the using this mini monovision technique. So, how about this mini monovision technique if we apply in this technique's Eyhance lens? Will it be comparable to the EDOF Symphony lens when tested at 60 cm for the intermediate vision? And also, how about the near vision? Okay, so in this slide, I want to share with you all Technics Eyhance Eyesibu lens when compared to Technics Zexibu monofocal lens. In terms of the contrast sensitivity, glaring, and halos, there is no statistically significance. Whereas for EDOF, when compared to a normal monofocal lens, the contrast sensitivity is the same. Whereas for glaring and halos, 10% of the patients for EDOF lens were reported occasionally of glaring and halo. With that, I am conducting a study which is the comparison of the visual acuity outcome between a new monofocal lens with enhanced intermediate vision, which is this technique's Eyhance Eyesibu, after using mini monovision techniques versus the extended depth of focus, which is the technique Symphony lens. If the result is comparable to the EDOF, this technique can be applied to this new lens for financial constrained patients to achieve a wider range of visions. My inclusion criteria would be all patients with bilateral eye cataract, age group more than 35 years old, cornea astig less than 1.5, axial length between 22 to 26 mm with a normal OCT RNFL and macula. If you encounter any suitable patient, kindly let me know. I am very glad to help to explain to the patient regarding this lens and also for the IOL calculation. Thank you very much.